Hey, thanks for taking a moment and tuning into The Beacon. This is a weekly opportunity for us to celebrate what's going on and around Phoenix Christian. Listen, we're coming off a really incredible homecoming just a couple weeks ago. It blew us all away. We estimate somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500 guests on our campus. We ran out of chairs in our alumni chapel. We ran out of chairs in our Legacy Tree courtyard dedication. Alumni are showing up, cheering on. We had an incredible victory right up to the last minute of the homecoming game. Just share for us a little bit, Levi, Levi, by the way, a junior sitting here next to me, a member of the Cougar team. What was going through your mind in that Cougar victory at homecoming?
Well, I was kind of like worried that we weren't going to get it because it's kind of tight, and then we had a lot of errors too, so I was a little worried at first, but we kept doing our job for the most part, and so I felt like we had it for the majority of the game. Like I wasn't too scared that we weren't going to make it. And then, like I said, it got a little tight at the end, but then it was all good. I didn't really feel like we were going to lose.
Just a little tight at the end. I wish that night I had bought some more antiperspirant. I was a little concerned, but all the way up until the end, fireworks and all, we celebrated. Just win or loss, honestly, we celebrated the incredible school that God's building here at Phoenix Christian. The night was amazing. So shout out to the Cougar team. We face off tomorrow night against...
It's Cortez High School.
Cortez High School. You're already the reigning region champs, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's got a nice ring to it, and we're making our way to the state playoffs. Listen, the reason I'm sitting here with a couple of amazing members of the junior class is that tomorrow we've got an amazing opportunity. We're going to celebrate our community's pastors. And so tomorrow we've got Drew Unger, an alum of Phoenix Christian, coming to lead in worship. And then a fellow named Jeff Ooch, who's the president and founder of an organization called Heirs of the Republic. But kind of more interestingly, maybe for all of us, he's the national trainer for the Navy SEAL swim team. And so he trains these guys. He's a pretty committed athlete himself, but most importantly, he's a really super committed follower of Christ. He's going to encourage the pastors tomorrow to continue to put on the uniform of Christ. And so that's the message tomorrow. It's not too late to invite a pastor if you're seeing this in time to join us at 8:30 tomorrow, right behind me in our library as we celebrate and affirm our community's pastors. I wanted just to engage with you guys for a moment. Levi, by the way, you are a junior involved in what athletics?
All of them.
All of them. But this morning, we want to spend some time with you, and we want to spend time with this beautiful young lady next to you. This is Nancy. And Nancy, what year are you?
Junior.
You're a junior and involved in athletics too, and all sorts of things. And we want to talk to you guys about pastors. And so I'm going to begin over here with Nancy. Nancy, you know a pastor personally.
Yes, I do.
And who is that?
My dad.
Your dad, and your dad is Pastor Felix.
Uh-huh.
And he is leads a Spanish-speaking congregation. Share with us a little bit about your dad and his ministry.
So we started this church not so long ago, probably like last year in 2020. And it's a small church, but it's like a big community. I mean, it's a very small community, and everyone knows everyone, and it's just like one big family. It's just, I don't know.
One big family. You guys generally meet on Sundays.
Yes, and Wednesdays too.
Sundays and Wednesdays. And if someone was interested in joining your congregation, where would they meet you at?
Not sure where it's located, but it's called La Conexión. No,
My Spanish isn't so good,
Hold on,
so La Conexión is the connection.
Connection Church, but in Spanish. But yeah, if you want to come, just...
Is there a website or anything where they can find out more?
Yeah.
Okay, so they look up the Connection Church, Spanish-speaking congregation, and find more about it.
Oh wait, it's called the Iglesia Conexión.
There you go.
There you go. I'm sorry.
No apology. Way to come through at the end. Levi, talk to us. Where do you guys worship at?
I go to Reveal Vineyard. It's on Greenway and Dysart.
Greenway and Dysart Road is a vineyard church. Talk to us a little bit about pastors who've impacted you.
Okay, so there's two main pastors that impacted me. The first one's the head pastor. His name is Pastor Marty Kaiser, and he's impacted me a lot just because through his sermons, of course. I go and I sit through his sermons and listen, and he's really good biblically. He uses Bible verses. It's not just, oh well, we think it means that. He actually uses factual information, not just opinions, which is really good. And then the other pastor, he's more for the youth, kind of so my age and stuff. And Wednesday nights they have a little Bible study thing, so I tend to go to that. And he's really good because he's more an unprofessional, more friendly standpoint where it's not like you have to dress like this and be like this to come into church. It's just you come into church, after football practice when I'm all smelly, it's all good. Or after work.
You're a little smelly after football practice?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And after work, like if you're doing work and you need to come, just come. It's okay. And we don't need to be dressed up all fancy or whatever. Just come in because the main focus is to be with God.
Amen.
And you don't need to worry about what you wear. So that's good too.
A shout out. What's your youth pastor's name?
My youth pastor is Pastor Daniel.
Pastor Daniel.
Sure.
One of the things that Jeff Ooch is going to encourage tomorrow, one of the things he's hearing a lot nationally from generals all across the country who work with guys that are actually in the military, is sometimes in America they're a little afraid to put on the uniform as our country goes through a season of redefine. And his encouragement, he's hearing from those in leadership in the military, is an encouragement for our fellows and guys and gals in military not to be afraid to put on the uniform of Christ. That's actually his message for our pastors tomorrow, actually to put on the uniform for the country. But tomorrow, Pastor Ooch is going to talk about putting on the uniform of Christ and encourage them. For the both of you, as we wrap up here, if you would encourage pastors, October is Pastor Appreciation Month. Give a shout out, encourage the pastors, some kind of word of encouragement to them. And Levi, I'll begin with you.
Okay, well, I would say mostly just don't be ashamed and don't try to sound good. Sometimes the truth just needs to be told, and there's no way to make it sound easy. You just need to go with it. Whether people get offended or not, that's not, you just need to say what needs to be said sometimes.
Speak the truth.
Yes.
What about you?
Same one with Levi said. I just encourage you to not be afraid to just speak God's word and to just kind of if you try to relate to that person more and just try not to sound like you know everything, but sound like you truly understand. You know what I mean? Be one with them. So I don't know. Yeah.
I'm hearing both of you say an encouragement to our pastors: be who you are, be authentic.
Yeah. Be real.
Be real. Following Christ is not easy. It's a hard calling. You see firsthand Dad when he comes home and tired and had a rough day.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job, a calling to authenticity. So, Levi, I'm looking forward. You're going to share a little bit of your heart tomorrow with the pastors, and I'm looking forward to that. These are two amazing young people here at Phoenix Christian, part of just a tiny glimpse of what God's doing in and through Phoenix Christian. So I encourage you to lift up your pastors. As this month of October wraps up, make a special opportunity to reach out to your pastor and encourage them. You've heard some great wisdom from these two. Have a blessed day, and thanks for tuning in to The Beacon.